Doma Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, due to the Devin Haney-Ryan Garcia saga, right, which I told you was a big portion of BTBG, yep, it was, right? We're talking about that so much. The build-up was going on. The fight happened. Ryan Garcia won. No one's really talking about the fact that Ryan Garcia came in heavy. Just the fact that he beat Devin Haney. Devin Haney's going to have a lot to deal with because you were on the floor 3 or 4 times and people realize that you're probably not all that. That's going to be the narrative, regardless of whatever else went down, right? So that's just the way it's going to be. Now, here's a little something that you got to pay attention to. Through all that went down, right? What has went under the radar, right? What has went under the radar? One of the biggest travesties of the year. But it's something that goes on all the time, and it's not even as big as one of the travesties that happened about 3-4 years ago, right? But I'm going to tell you, right? The Canelo Alvarez, David Morrell / David Benavidez travesty at 168 pounds. Right now, David Morrell has been the mandatory for Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds for at least 2 years. David Morrell is awesome, which means he's banned from fighting Canelo. Awesome fighter, right? So what happens? Isn't it eerie similarities to David Benavidez, right? What happens is, David Morrell wants to go up, right, in the weight division. He's going to fight a guy, number 6 in the light heavyweight division at 175 pounds, right? And he's going to go up. They're going to give him something special so he can have a eliminator fight. This is what the WBA is going to do. Now, he's been the regular champion for at least 2 years. He's known as the best fighter at 168 pounds or tied with Benavidez. That's how good this guy is. That's how good he is. A Cuban fighter. Do I have to say more? He's about 10-0 with about 8 KOs, something like that. Right? Everybody knows he's ridiculous. So he's been the regular tied champion. The WBA has been consolidating their regular champions because that was a dumb idea in the first damn place, to have a champion and then have a regular champion, right? So they didn't want to do that anymore. They did it at every division, but they left the division with Canelo. So now they're giving him some kind of special status where he can go up and fight for the regular title, not the real one, because the real one is Dmitry Bivol and Benavidez. Those guys have the real stuff, right? So he's going to just leave the 168-pound division with a regular title, never fight for the real championship, and go up to the next division and fight for the regular title. David Benavidez for the WBC has been the mandatory forever. Never lost the title in the first place, just on the scales. They gave it to Canelo. Canelo never had to fight for the WBC championship. He would just give it to him. He fought Yildirim, but that wasn't really for it, right? Now, he goes up, and he's getting an eliminator fight against somebody who's really hard in Vucek, right? Now, you're going to tell me David Morrell and David Benavidez, neither one of them wanted to fight for the championship in the division that they are in at 168 pounds. Do you think you're fighting every day, going to the gym and get in your weight division and you get a regular status or eliminator status or a mandatory status and you never want to fight for the championship, right? Because the champion's Canelo and he's blocking it. And he's told those people he don't want to fight him. And they enable him to not fight him, right? Now, check this out. Dave Morrell's gone. WBA is installed Berlanga, right? Now, Berlanga is going to fight Canelo. No doubt about it, because he's not good enough. He's good enough for right in Canelo's alley. Canelo is going to want to fight him right away. That's that Yildirim, Berlanga, John Ryder, Roy Fielding type thing that's popping off. That's okay. Anybody that's good has no shot, regardless of what. Now, first of all, David Benavidez and David Morrell did probably have had to be paid Because all I want to hear is that the WBA and the WBC are sued. There has to be charges filed against these type of things that are going on. I don't give a damn what you guys are talking about. There's no way any entity, a fighter or a politician or anybody should be above the damn law. And people that like stuff like that, you're in a cult. Because, once we don't meet at the rule of law, if you don't like the rule of law, you can't meet there, something else is going on with you. Something else is going on. I don't give a damn who it is. I don't like nobody more than the law. It's like, okay, those are the rules. They got to apply for everybody or else we have anarchy. And we do. When it comes to Canelo, why is it that anybody that's good, he doesn't have to fight? Takes me to Demetrius Andrade, right? Career never had the right trajectory. Because here I am, the guy I'm in Canelo, I'm the champion, he's my mandatory, he doesn't have to fight me. They strip me, put a Liam Smith in there, and he fights them Liam Smith for the same damn belt. This is what's going on now. Ain't gonna fight David Morrell as he's your mandatory. As soon as he moves, put a mandatory in there that's right in Canelo's area, then we're gonna fight him. Move David Benavidez out of the way for the WBC, then we're going to give Canelo the WBC championship just because he's fighting Callum Smith for the WBA. Right? Just moves good fighters out of the way and let Canelo fight the easy ones. Now, Berlanga is all okay, but it's not like David Morrell and David Benavidez want championships before they move up to the next division. You guys should want them to get, they're at the 168-pound division. They should have an opportunity to fight for championships before they move up. Everybody, when it goes to Canelo, they'll say like, well, why don't David Morrell or David Benavidez fight? Well, we're in two different sanctioning bodies. You can't beat an undisputed champion that don't want to fight none of your mandatories when they hard. As soon as somebody replaces them, then we can fight them. This is what keeps going on. And people... and Canelo, those are not fans. Those are people just like BTBG and whatever else is going on with them. It's a little, we just love this guy or something. I don't know what that is. It's kind of ridiculous to love somebody that much. I can't explain that other than, don't even want to go there. Something else is wrong with them. It's like these guys are fighting in that division. They should have an opportunity before moving up to the next division, right? And then waiting on what's going on there in the championship because there's an undisputed fight going on. And when you have an undisputed fight, those guys should have a right to have a rematch. So David Benavidez is going up to 175, fighting somebody hard. Then your boy David Morrell has to, and they don't get a shot at fighting for the championship in the weight class that they were at. You guys think that's okay? It's okay just because Canelo's there, and he's obviously not better than either one of those guys. Do you got Canelo beating David Morrell? Do you have Canelo beating David Benavidez? Now, do you have Canelo beating Munguia? Who didn't? Munguia. It's a Mexican who Canelo's supposed to not fight, and he's not a mandatory anything. Berlanga shouldn't even be there. Beat a McCrory. Now he's in there. Now you want him to fight him. A Yildirim, right? Wasn't really even a mandatory. John Ryder became a mandatory. 2 weeks later, he gets a fight because, your boys, I forget the name, Zach Parker's hand got broken in the fight, right? Instead of readdressing that, then he gets the mandatory status, and Canelo wants to fight him immediately, right? You see what I'm saying? And I told you the Liam Smith story. I told you the fact that Demetrius Andrade and Canelo could have been undisputed at 160 pounds, but no, he don't fight him, goes to 168 and then fights, the European guys. This guy, anybody who's talking about this guy in any kind of, anything in the top, anything in boxing, right? And he's a guy who can do what he wants to do. And I love when he says that because that tells you it's no one else's fault, not the promotion company, not nothing. He can do what he wants to do. And I don't know what fight made him to be able to do that. But if he can do what he wants to do, that's telling you these fighters that he's trying to fight are the ones he wants to fight. He doesn't want to fight Benavidez. He doesn't want to fight Morrell. He didn't want to fight Demetrius Andrade. And I remember back then it was like, hey, Andrade, you should fight Jamal Charlo, right? Those two that were, pushing up on Canelo. Now it's David Morrell. You should fight David Benavidez. You know, no, they should fight for the championship. And then when David Morrell and David Benavidez fights, if it was at 168, for me, it should be for undisputed. Or a minimum of unification, right? But not just we just fight because Canelo don't want to fight you, right? And then you guys just fight because you guys are both hard fighters. That's not how it's supposed to work. It's rules to that. Canelo gives up the damn belts, you'll see everybody's narrative will change. Just give up the belt. You get out the damn way, which you didn't, if you ain't going to fight for him. You know, and then nobody's keep talking about him like he's even remotely close to the best. He's not even the best. Canelo has never been the best at any weight division he has ever been in. Ever. 154? Hell no. 160? No. 168? Oh, ridiculously not. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't have to prove it. Nothing. 175? Oh, really? We saw what happened with Bivol. And did he want to readdress that? Not even at 168. But the thing is, hey, I ain't got to do nothing. I look this way, and I'm going to be able to do this right here, do whatever I want to do. And that's the key. The things he wants to do is fight people like you. Not anybody in his weight division that's good. Have you noticed? Everybody that's exceptional fighters have no shot at fighting Canelo. These guys here will not sue the WBA and the WBC, which means to me, the only way this could be happening is if under the table, these guys are being paid. That's the only way, because there's no way that they wouldn't fight for their rights. They must be getting paid, and if they're getting paid, then whatever. If they're okay with moving up to 175, but they're getting paid real well, real handsomely, and their families are taken care of, then hey, then go for it. Other than that, they should be suing these sanctioned bodies just so the sanctioned bodies can understand there's rules for them. Because this is obvious. They were using the smoke screen of Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney to get away with this, but I've been checking. No one's even talking about this, and this is a huge travesty for these guys, for David Morrell and David Benavidez. It's ridiculous. But hey, it's been going on forever when it comes to Canelo. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.